Hi, I'm Morgan, this is Bonita, and Katie, my handler, and today we're going to talk about bandaging. Our first wrap that we're going to do is a polo wrap. What the polo wrap does is it just keeps the horse from interfering with himself. It doesn't actually support the leg, it just kind of protects him. You never want to use a polo wrap if you're riding outside and it's really wet or muddy, because the wrap can get really heavy and can just slide down the horse's leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to kneel down beside her. You never want to put your knees on the ground. We're going to start with our wrap just on the inside of the cannon bone and wrap around from the inside to the outside and from front to back. We're going to spiral down the leg, making sure that there are no wrinkles. So I'm just feeling along back here. We want the pressure to be even, and we want our spacing between these two spirals, or between all the spirals, to be even. Feeling for no wrinkles. When you get down to the fetlock, you're just going to kind of angle it down slightly and back up so that it just barely cups underneath the fetlock. And then, still feeling for no wrinkles, you're going to spiral back up. And then you're going to make sure that your Velcro is secure. You want it to end at the top of the knee, and you want the Velcro to end outside, facing back, so that way it doesn't, if it ends on the inside, they could interfere, they could knock it, and then the Velcro could come undone, and it could completely come unwrapped while you're riding, which would not be good. Alright, so when you take it off, you just want to take it completely off and then re-roll it somewhere else, so that way you're not just sitting here trying to rewrap the bandage and irritating the horse. Ready? Our next bandage is a stable wrap or standing wrap. You would do this over a horse's leg if you've just done a really intense workout to kind of keep swelling down and prevent them from stocking up, or you could do it over a wound. So what you're going to do is you're going to start just below the knee on the inside of the cannon bone, and you're going to wrap kind of snugly around the leg. And you're going to want to try to keep your layers up at the top even. Make sure that there's no wrinkles, so feeling along the bandage. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your track bandage and kind of put the end of it underneath this flap of pillow wrap to kind of lock it into place. Oh girl, good girl. And then you're going to start spiraling down. You're going to want to make sure that your pressure is even, that you're not pulling too tight, and you want to make sure there's no wrinkles. And you're going to leave about ½ an inch of space between your track bandage and the end of the pillow wrap. And then you're going to spiral back up, feeling to make sure that there's no wrinkles. Good girl. And again at the top, leaving about ½ an inch of space between the top of your track bandage and your pillow wrap. Alright, so you can use either a track bandage or a fleece bandage for wrapping over the pillow wrap. You never want to use a polo bandage. This one happens to have Velcro to secure it, but if you don't have Velcro, you can use bandage pins, which you want to make sure are always on the outside of the leg, and you want to make sure that they're secure so that they're not going to come open and poke the horse. You can also use masking tape, where you just spiral it around the edge of the bandage. So next we're going to do a stack wrap. So you're going to apply your standing wrap the same way, and you're going to take your bandage and you're going to rest it on the top, again starting at the inside, working to the outside, and you're going to want to make sure that you let your standing wrap support the stack wrap. Oh, I have here. Thank you. It's really handy if you have a handler to help you hold all of your bandaging materials. And again, you're going to kind of lock it underneath. And spiral down, making sure that there's no wrinkles and that you're pulling with even pressure, and leaving about ½ an inch of space between the top of the bandage and the end of your pillow wrap. Spiral back up. leaving again 1/2 inch of space between the top. Making sure there's no wrinkles, and securing the Velcro. Alright, a way that you can test to see if your pressure is even is you can flick along the bandage, and if the sound is even, if the sound is the same, then it means your pressure is even. You're going to want to then go over the whole thing with a third bandage, just starting in the middle of the top and going down to about the middle of the bottom. What this does is it just kind of helps to keep everything secure and keeps everything from kind of moving around and holds it all in place. You're going to again wrap with even pressure. And then spiral back up. You would do a stack wrap if you had like a wound that was over the knee or up here on their leg. And make sure the Velcro is secure. Good girl. And then you can do your flick test. But keeping in mind that it's going to be thicker here where this third bandage is than it is at the top and the bottom where your bandage is. Alright, so that's your standing wrap, or your stack wrap rather. And so when you take it off, you're going to remove the bandage and not roll it up on the horse, just like we did with our polo wrap. Hand that to you. Thank you. And you want to make sure that you are changing these for your standing wrap or for your stack wrap every 12 hours. You don't want to leave it for much longer than that unless it's a wound and your vet tells you to. Good girl. Hand that to you too. Alright. Next I'm going to talk about wound care. If you have a wound, you want to clean it out with Bandaging or Novosan solution. And on top of that, you can put ointment such as chlorhexidine ointment. On top of the ointment, you're going to want to put a non-stick Telfa pad just to keep the ointment on there. And on top of your Telfa pad, you're going to put brown clean gauze just to kind of hold the pad in place. On top of that, you can put roll cotton or just like your stable bandage. On top of the roll cotton, you can use some vet wrap, but you're really careful with it because it's really stretchy and you don't want to pull it really tight because you can then cord the leg and cause damage to it and restrict the blood flow. Where the end of your bandages, where it meets the leg, you can put elasticon on it, which is sticky on one side and moldable, and it just kind of keeps the dirt and shavings from getting into the bandage. So these are the different things you would use on a wound.